When the long working day uptown is over, all the subway lines wrap around the world. I carry myself up the stairs and pull the covers closer, chasing the dream that I might find myself again. When a memory is a time machine, whispers quiet but defiantly, it's time to leave. When a memory is a time machine, fly you on its wings from your history to what might yet be a reason to believe. It's all beyond the breakers, it's waiting for the takers on the edge of day, the golden gleam before it fades away. On the outer edge of endless space, the gaze of a familiar face in front of me reminds me on Odyssey ways. In the cracks, another skyline waits to open. For a second, you can see things appear. Is it a trick of light or a dare to raise?
All right. How's that? Yeah, we got a thumbs up. We got a shaky head. All right. All right, guys. Listen, the reason that audio is always an issue, and by the way, quick shout out to James O'Quigan, Dan Reardon, Jenny Housley, the mod teams, and all of you for chilling. The good news is there was music, so you were entertained, right? This is not the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe where I'm walking around with no mic asking if you are not entertained. Listen, guys, thanks so much for bearing with me on that one. There's just a lot going on when we set up the mobile studio. Guys, real quick, if you're looking to stay current on the top cyber news, you're in the right place. Grab your coffee, get good going. We're off and running now that we have full audio. Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. See ya! All right, guys, for real though, we are here for the next hour. We're going to be going through the top cyber news stories of the day. I will go through each of them. I'll give you obviously the top high level, like basically the headline for each story and kind of like the 2 seconds blurb that you need. The thing that you would read on the train or in the elevator on the back of the fold, right? Above the fold. But what is the benefit of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief? Well, not only do you get to hang out with people like James O'Quigan and Berg SS, Phil Stafford, Brewmaster Bort, Steve Young, not only IT, Ad Tech, Emmanuel, and so many other like-minded professionals, but I love taking my 20 plus. Whoa.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Space Taco's dropping super chat here. She says, sad news. They chose another applicant for the Auditor 2 role. Thanks for all the good vibes, Team SC. GRC Mafia, GRC Nerd Herd. I appreciate the support. Space Tacos, I am my heart goes out to you. I know how excited you were for that position. I would assume that you are absolutely qualified for that position. And, the fact that they went with another applicant is absolutely zero reflection of you. I will say, again, I don't know if you're looking for this, Space Tacos, or not. You're probably not, but I always seem to give unsolicited feedback. I'm a huge fan, even though it does suck, and even though it does hurt, and even though it does disappoint, I always love to see some kind of like, either I win or I learn something. So hopefully the interview experience and, reaching for that Auditor 2 gave you some benefit or some professional development in some capacity. Also, hopefully your boss isn't on Space Tacos, but clearly you're ready for that role. So maybe you look externally, unless your boss is on the phone, then I'm just kidding. All right, guys, we're going to go deep. I'm going to use my 20 plus years of experience to give you additional insights and value that you wouldn't get anywhere else. Classrooms, textbooks, it's not happening because unfortunately you got to sit in the seat sometimes to learn certain things, and that's how it goes. So we're going to be doing that. It is Monday. Every single day of the week has a special segment, and Mondays is Simply Cyber's Community Member of the Week. We love recognizing our own members. I give them a $100 Amazon gift card, which is always great. I do have a teaser for you guys, coming up. We are going to be launching a new merch shop with all sorts of cool stuff in it. And I'll be able to give out free gifts and merch stuff like that from the merch store. But stay tuned for that. The details on that coming out I guess at the end of the month when we get closer to launching. If you're here for the first time, holler at you. Drop a hashtag first timer. Hashtag first timer. Marcus Kyler is bullcrap when it comes to Space Tacos getting not selected. There we go. I do feel you, Marcus Kyler, and I'm with you, Space Tacos. Like, I wanted you to get it. I was super pumped. I made it a subplot storyline for the show. Oh my God. If you're here for the first time, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Please hashtag first timer in chat. We love welcoming our first timers. We have a special sound effect. We have a special emote. We love making this experience fun for you, whether it's day 1 or day 300. Also, since I see AdTech 24/7 in chat, I want to give a quick shout out. If you are a solo operator, and if you know, you're the person at your business who's responsible for cyber. You're the only person in your business responsible for IT. Maybe you kind of like have a small business and you manage 5 or 6 like local doctor's offices or dentist office or whatever. I want you to know that this community, the Simply Cyber community, is here for you. You don't have to go it alone. So hashtag team solo. If you're a solo operator, that's another, in my opinion, another great benefit of the Simply Cyber community is that you can have a support network that is not necessarily tied to your job, but can help you with your job. Phenomenal stuff. As always, go to the Discord server, !Discord, because a lot of the action is happening over on the Discord server. And we do try to keep the Discord server incredibly safe and healthy. Quick shout out to Jenny Housley. All of us who are mods in the community have the ability to ban someone from the Discord server if they break server rules or they are misbehaving. But Jenny Housley has low-key turned into, we should call her like Jenny Mjolnir, the Thor's hammer, because she is good at dropping the hammer on people who violate the rules. Jenny Housley, your Simply Cyber mod. All right, guys, we did the first timer. Oh, every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE. I see some people hitting ! CPE in chat. That's great. Every episode is worth half a CPE. Now, how do you keep track of that? Very simple. Let me show you. You go to cyberthreatbrief.simplycyber.io/CPE, which I know sounds like a mouthful. I just dropped it in chat for the people. who are live. If you're watching on replay, there's a link in the description below that you can just click on. The website looks just like this. You scroll down, put your name, put your email, click these 2 check boxes and hit submit attestation. It's important. We had a couple people who didn't understand the pushing the button part. So you have to put your name in because that's what shows up on your certificate. You got to put your email address because I have to email it to you. You have to check these check boxes giving me permission to email you the certificate and that you're truthfully attending. And then you have to click this button. If you do not click this button, I am not going to be able, it's not going to record it in the database, okay? So a couple of people had some challenges with that in the month of June. So I want to make sure that no one has that challenge going forward. So get your CPEs. You can get up to 120 a year, 2.5 a week. It doesn't sound like a lot, but they do add up. See Alpha Sierra in the chat. What's up, Alpha Sierra? Good to see you. All right, guys. I think we are off. And well, actually, I gotta say what's up to the stream sponsors. My guy, if I don't say what's up to the stream sponsors, the sponsorships will dry up, and then I won't be able to do this show anymore because I'll have to go find employment somewhere. All right, guys, check it out. Flare, guys. Flare's cyber threat intelligence threat intelligence platform. If you don't know, Flare is the identity focused. Give me this 1 second. I got to get this sorted out. Hold on. Oh my God, my guy. All right, here we go. Flare is the identity focused threat intelligence platform that shows if your company's data, like credentials, API keys, access sensitive files, etc. Soap flavored. Yes, you have to fill out. Soap flavor is asking about the CPE form. You have to fill it out every single day because it's attestation that you attended today's threat brief, right? So if you take a week off, you don't get credit for that week of CPEs. If you come once in a month, you get credit for one. If you come every day, you get credit for all of them. All right. Flare is the identity-focused threat intelligence platform that shows if your company's data, creds, access, or sensitive files is being leaked or sold on the dark web, Telegram, or hacker forums, and helps you act to reduce real risk. Flare lets you see how threat actors really operate. This is legit. This is like how criminals are operating, not like a theory, not academic exercise, not we got an actor arrested and he gave us the inside secrets. This is like legit going into the dark webs and doing the things. Flare gives you a front row seat to the criminal underground, from ransomware crews and access brokers to stealer log marketplaces and Telegram leak channels. Flare shows where cybercrime actually happens. And now, y'all, with its identity exposure management capabilities, it will show you how attackers log in. Guys, I've been saying it for months. Criminals are not hacking in, they're logging in. That's what's up. So get Flare, get in front of it. I'm telling you, I've used this platform. It is excellent. Love it. I love the people over there. Go to simplycyber.io/Flare. Simplycyber.io/Flare. I just put it in chat. And dude, you can get a 2-week free trial. I don't know how else to make it more accessible. Pay nothing, use it for 2 weeks, make your own decision. I think you will see what I saw. It's kind of crazy. Kathy Chambers knows. She interviewed a dark web researcher tomorrow on Authentically Cyber. You'll see it for yourself. You know who else is just straight crushing it like a bunch of boss? Anti-Siphon Training. Anti-Siphon Training is disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by offering high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. And right now, you can register for the Age of AI Summit. I already did. You can too. 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on August 14th. So just about 5 weeks away. Free virtual AI and cybersecurity summit. Guys, let's not beat around the bush. It is friggin' 2026. AI reigns supreme. You either grab hold of the lightning and ride it like a Metallica album, or you let the train pass you by because you're comfortable on the loading dock. I'm not telling you what to do or how to do it. I'm just telling you, I'm advising myself professionally. I'm advising my children. Got to get on the AI train. Got to maximize it to the best of your ability, because people are going to be using it all over the place. If we don't know how to secure it, if we don't know what its limitations are, if we don't know how threat actors are abusing it, then we're going to be lacking. So Anti-Siphon Training knows this. That's why they got you sorted out. Go to the AI Summit. It's free to sign up. They also have training, which will be coming out. Oh, here are the talks, man. Keynote, exfil, everything. A year of stealing data from AI agents. There you go. Worth the price of admission, which is $0 anyways. Learn about how you could steal data from AI agents, or what it looks like from a criminal's perspective. Crazy value here. Check it out. AI Summit, Anti-Siphon Training. Finally, I want to say thank you very much to ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker's deny by default application security approach, super solid, used by Fortune 500 companies, enterprise grade. They did it at the endpoint super well. Now they've moved to the cloud and to the network. It's zero trust for you in the back. Application deny by default. Don't have weird binaries run on your endpoints. They got you covered. ThreatLocker, let's hear from them, and then we're going to get into the news. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com/dailycyber. All right, guys, I appreciate it. We had a bit of a technical difficulties at the beginning of the show, but we're back. Do me a favor, get your cup of coffee. I got to hold it with my left hand so you can see the Simply Cyber logo. Do me a favor, Kathy Chambers, sit back. Mara Levy, relax. And Marcus Kyler, let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us all in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, July the 6th, 2026. I'm Steve Prentice. Jade Puffer ransomware used AI agent to automate entire attack. Researchers at 6's have identified what they believe to be the first documented case of a ransomware operation conducted entirely by a large language model agent. The ransomware, named Jade Puffer, used an autonomous AI agent for reconnaissance on the target, to steal credentials, to move laterally, establish persistence, escalate privileges, and to encrypt data. It also adapted to failures during the intrusion, much like a human operator would handle obstacles, and also adapted in real time, retrying failed steps within refined parameters. In one sequence, it went from a failed login to a working fix in 31 seconds. Jade Puffer gained initial access to the target by exploiting a CVE-numbered unauthenticated remote code execution vulnerability in LangFlow, a popular open-source framework used for building LLM applications.
Okay, so I know the big scary takeaway from this is that basically an AI agent was programmed to do the full kill chain from recon to actions on objective, which would be encrypting. Now, that doesn't mean that the victim paid. So, that, you know what I mean? Like, so it's possible that this entire exercise did not bear fruit for the threat actor. However, to me, the way I read it, and number one, the point of this story, in my opinion, is the idea that now we're starting to see AI agent full kill chains done, completely autonomously. Right. So shall we play a game? Right. I don't have that sound effect on my soundboard right now, so I will do it manually. That's Joshua from the 1983 Matthew Broderick movie War Games. This particular AI agent exploited a 14-month-old vulnerability in a tech stack that is typically deployed without security hardening in the first place. Not only is the vulnerability 14 months old, but 13 months ago, an exploit came out. Like it was exploited in the wild 13 months ago. So, hold on. Like, let me just do this really quickly. Like, I'm gonna push back on this a little bit. I'm not saying I hate this, but I kind of hate this. All right, so look at these scores. Disgusting, by the way. We're looking at DJ BSEC, who's not disgusting. The score is disgusting. We're looking at DJ BSEC's EPSS score. This is I forget the acronym, but EPSS is basically like exploitability, right? Like, what is the likelihood this vulnerability gets exploited, right? You have a 99.97% chance of being exploited. 99.97. I would bet, like, if you were going to like roll a dice and you said you have a 99.97% chance of winning, I would bet my house. Like, that's how high a certainty this is, okay? So this vulnerability in your environment is guaranteed to be disgusting. And the EPSS percentile is like, just how bad is it, okay? So this alone, exploit prediction scoring system, thank you, DJ BSEC. This score alone should be all the indicator you need to know that if you had this vulnerability in your environment, you absolutely have to get it patched. Oh, you got to patch it. Like, to the point where, like, I hate to be hyperbolic, but like, if you have this bug in your environment for 15 months and you haven't done anything about it, I'm beginning to question your employability. Like, what? Like, there are times where you can't patch it, okay? I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. There's times where you can't patch it. This isn't one of those, okay? So the fact that this got hit, it's like, I guess here's my thing. The stories about AI agents doing the full cyber kill chain autonomously. My thing is, this is like walking into an completely engulfed, fully involved house on fire and like trying not to get burned. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you didn't. Here's my thing, okay? You don't need an AI agent to fully autonomously do this kill chain. It was basically the lowest hanging fruit possible. Like, this fruit was on the ground. It wasn't like the branch was bowed. It's on the ground. And like the fruit is beginning to take root and grow a second tree. You know what I'm saying? So having said that, let's not sleep on AI agents and autonomous kill chains and all that, which, by the way, is why you should be taking your vulnerability management program, your exposure management program, and putting a lot of focus on it, frankly. Here's my thing, okay? Here's my tip, right? Whatever. This is, do we have a more you know? Well, this isn't even a more you know. This is like where I'm at right now, okay? We cover a lot of stuff, all right? We cover a lot of stuff in the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. We've done 1,000 episodes plus. I'm a huge GRC dork. You know this, okay? It's just coincidence now that one of the most important things that you can do for your cyber program, one of the most important things you can do for your career, is to be focused and give all the priority, give all the attention to exposure management, to vulnerability management. It's not cute anymore. It's not, oh, we'll patch it if we patch it. It's not throwing some junior analyst into like an apathy well because you're telling them to get the patch numbers down and you're giving them an impossible task. Threat actors are using AI to reverse patches. Threat actors are using AI to find new vulnerabilities. Threat actors are using AI to create exploits and weapons that have higher efficacy. And as pointed out in the story, being able to use that AI to essentially iterate over errors and vibe code. And because of that, the only thing that you need to take out of this particular segment of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is that the time between discovery and I hope you wore your brown pants to work today is getting smaller. And just so I'm not using metaphors all over the place, the time between discovery and you are exploited and you have a real problem in your environment, a breach, a compromise, whatever, that window is getting smaller. And eventually it will get to minutes. So if you're not treating vulnerability management, exposure management, and the prioritization of it in your overall cyber program seriously, that's fine. That's fine. But you are going to be dealing with some serious problems come down the road. And this isn't fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I'm not fear mongering you here. I'm not telling you the sky is falling. I'm telling you it's a straight fact. AI is going to shorten the distance between zero and compromise. And if you're left holding the bag because you, I don't know, said it's not a big deal, that's fine. I'll also tell you, if you're a CISO or you work for a CISO who's like thinks that it's all poppycock and oh, it's not a big deal, like just it'll be fine. Let's keep doing what we're doing. They're gonna have a comeuppance, right? And then you just want to make sure that you set yourself up for success. I'm not saying try to take your boss's job, but if you wanted to be a CISO and they're not taking it seriously, my guy, the days are numbered on that one. All right. Hopefully you guys got some value of that. Again, this is an example of how I like to go beyond the headlines and give you what I would consider hot takes, but grounded in facts and evidence, not just like, whatever. Okay. And if you got any questions in chat or comments, throw them in here. Mods will always grab them and throw them in mod chat if I know. Otherwise, I will, we'll do it during the end here. Five Eyes issued a broke internet warning. I don't even know what that is. All right, let's keep going.
Adapt Health suffers a cyber attack. Representatives from the provider of home medical equipment and related services said in a notification to the Securities and Exchange Commission on Thursday that, quote, attackers accessed internal patient management systems, document storage platforms, and external electronic health record system portals, end quote. This was done through a third-party contractor, which unwittingly gave the cybercriminals access to the company's cloud environment. Adapt Health has not yet specified whether an extortion demand was made, nor whether one was paid. No cybercrime group has yet claimed responsibility.
All right. I'm going to guess Shiny Hunters, Lapsus, or Scattered Spider. That's their MO. Again, if you don't know what TTPs are essentially the fingerprints or the techniques used by certain threat actor groups. Every threat actor doesn't use every single option, right? They use the ones that they're comfortable with, the ones that they have success with. Being able to socially engineer someone and give up their creds or give them new creds, that's how it happens. So in this particular instance, the attacker targeted an unwitting third-party contractor. There you go. And yeah, basically, okay, whatever. So health company got a bunch of records compromised, news at 11. To me, the TLDR here, the key element that you need to know about is that a third-party contractor got hit. Okay. Now you might be like, well, what's the big deal there, Jerry? Why don't you try to give me some value for that instead of just reading the friggin' news story to me like it's a PowerPoint slide and this is your first presentation. Here's the deal. When you do awareness training, when you educate your work, I'm going to give you two things. One's technical, one's administrative. First, the administrative one, because GRC Mafia takes priority. Number one, when you're doing awareness training and end user training, when you give someone creds to your environment, here's your AD creds, here's your network login, here's your whatever, your VPN account, I don't care. Whenever you give someone access into your environment, you must educate them. This is how we do things here. Now, your regular employees, for sure, you're going to put them through your regular employee training. But if you have a third-party contractor, which many of us do, you should put them through whatever approved training you have before they're allowed to get their credentials. This includes people that are going to be there for 1 week, right? So don't think that like, oh, this is just space tacos coming in from an external audit for a week. Just give her some creds and let's move on. No, put it through the same process, okay? I'll tell you two things. One, that doesn't necessarily mean you stop the attack, but it certainly does educate everyone the same like minimum level of how you take security, like, so what's the attitude and the governance at your organization, as well as if push comes to shove and you need to do it, you could sue that contractor, right? I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying if you educated them and then they still through gross negligence resulted in giving up their creds or whatever, you do have legal action you can take, especially if it results in a significant financial loss for your business. Okay. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying it gives you options. Number two, from a technical perspective, if you put someone through the same workflows that they go through for getting access, if you have consistency, that means if Space Tacos is coming in for a week, you set the termination for that for a week afterwards. You don't have these orphaned accounts. You don't have lingering accounts. You don't have oh my God, like shadow accounts, right? They don't go through the woodwork. Now, this particular one, the threat actor basically tricked a third-party contractor into giving that cred. I could envision, it doesn't say it in the story, but I could envision this. Like Devin Grady comes in for a 1 week incident response thing, okay? What's up, Devin? Good to see you. And I find out about it because I'm a criminal, right? Well, then I contact Devin and say, hey, Devin, this is Justin from IT. And I know you're coming in next week for the external incident response tabletop exercise. There was some challenges with your account. We didn't give you the right permissions. I'm going to have to reset your account. Like, whatever. I'm going to send you an email right now. Can you check it? Can you click on it? Can you do whatever? I'm going to send you a text message with a 6-digit PIN. Give it to me. Whatever. Right? So this can happen. Of course, this is why you should do limited access to, right? Least privilege. AC6. Hello, NIST 853 had it years ago. Don't give people access to all the things. Just give them access to what they need. I know it's difficult to do that. It's incredibly difficult to constrain resources because everybody's a special snowflake and this person needs access to all the things plus something else. So it becomes easy to just give everybody access to everything. But in 2026, that is a recipe for disaster.
Disruption of NetNut proxy network cuts off millions of infected devices. A coordinated effort that included Google, the FBI, Lumen Technologies, the Shadow Server Foundation, and some other industry partners has successfully brought down the residential proxy network that allowed access to millions of compromised Android devices, including smart TVs and streaming boxes. Also known as POPA, P-O-P-A, the NetNut botnet allowed cybercriminals and espionage groups to hide behind legitimate home internet addresses when launching attacks. Google expects the disruption to further impact the proxy industry due to its robust white labeling reseller program that powers many other residential proxy services.
All right, cool. I'm confused if this was a proxy service for criminals or a proxy service for individuals that like wanted to stream illegally World Cup games and stuff like that. The good news is Google was involved, so it was done pretty well. The proxy, hold on one second. Again, I didn't tell you guys on the intro, but I don't research or prep for these shows because I want it to be authentically initial reactions to the stories. Let me see what they do. Yeah, routing unauthorized network traffic. Okay, so here's the thing. This is a win for all of us. I'm going to tell you two things. One, if you are using IP address geofencing as your only defensive control for determining if a threat actor, if an incoming connection is a threat actor or not, like, oh, it's coming from Croatia, it must be a criminal because we're, a company out of Spartanburg, South Carolina doing work. No, I know it's Croatia's a criminal. Done. Okay, if that's like your strategy, that's fine, but that's not enough because a threat actor can just route through and pop out from Colombia which is right next to Spartanburg, and be like, hey, what's up? I'm coming from Colombia. And then your defensive technologies are like, high five, thumbs up, let's go. So this network of compromised devices allowed that capability. So the fact that Google and law enforcement were able to take this down is phenomenal, right? Because we don't want threat actors to be able to get this capability. So that's a win for us. Secondly, in my opinion, this will just continue. Like this network will come back again. Okay. People have Xboxes, people have Google Home, Amazon Echoes, all these things, Ring doorbells, and people aren't necessarily hardening them, right? You plug it in. Trust me, my aunt. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry, everybody. I did get a picture with my aunt Dorothea, but I didn't get her to do a cameo where she says like, "What's up, Simply Cyber? Shout out and love." My aunt Dorothea wasn't feeling great that day, and I didn't want to subject her to that. But these devices are not getting hardened. Most people plug them in and they start working and they say all set. So having said that, in my opinion, yes, this is a devastating blow to criminals, which is awesome for us. But the capability, the infrastructure, the threat actors are going to stand this back up. It's just going to take a little while. So all this does, this is a win. This is a battle that we won, but the war is still on, right? We won the battle, not the war. Period. Okay. Plus, I just want to point out really quickly, two things. One, infection happens and it's a Trojan. So a lot of times a victim won't even know that their device is compromised because it still works. They're still able to add things to their shopping list. They're still able to see who's at their front door. However, it's a foothold for a threat actor environment. Number two, this is a real thing. I had a very seasoned red team operator, guy named Chris Rock, on my Simply Cyber Firesides years ago, and he said, "Oh yeah, no. I always, whenever I attack a target, he said I always route through somebody before I go to the target because he said when incident responders are doing analysis on the logs, they're going to chase down whoever it was I was routing through. They're going to spend a lot of time on that. And that person is going to deny that they were involved because they didn't know any better." Thanks, Sierra Montgomery. I'll send those well wishes along. All right.
UK's National Cyber Action Plan launch delayed by political leadership crisis. The UK government's planned strategy for defending its economy against state-backed and criminal hacking, the National Cyber Action Plan, has been delayed again, this time due to the resignation of Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Today, Monday, was the intended publication day of the plan. Despite this most recent delay, one part of the launch is still expected to proceed, being a collection of FTSE 350 companies that plan to sign the government's Cyber Resilience Pledge, a voluntary commitment to improve their digital defenses. This is due to happen tomorrow.
All right. So, I mean, anytime even though it's like, not technical in any capacity, it is complicated to launch a large program with multiple moving parts and stuff like that. National Cyber Action Plan delayed. Let's see. Looks like the Prime Minister resigned. I don't understand UK government structure, so I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. It doesn't sound very good. Let's see. Number of companies are going to sign the Cyber Resilience Pledge, whatever. I don't know. Listen, the UK has been like, I will say this, the UK has essentially activated their turbo. If anyone here likes F1 racing, I think, what's the button you push where the wing comes up and then you can pass people because you go wicked fast? I think it's TDR or something like that. Like the UK's National Cyber Program has absolutely, for you Fast and the Furious fans, to take it back to the Kool-Aid Man emote, For you Fast and Furious fans, somebody in the UK stood up in Parliament and they just screamed like, NOS, N-O-S, NOS, right? The nitrous oxide, because the UK cyber program has absolutely been going blistering fast. It's like they're trying to like speed run a cyber program, and they've been doing all sorts of things, finding people, standing up organizations, doing social awareness, et cetera, et cetera. And this cyber action plan is the latest their latest move in the government's cyber policy program, but it is being delayed. I guess it says political disinterest. Drag reduction system. Thank you, DRS. Thank you, chat, Neckbeard, Cybersecurity for Fun, and others, DJ BSEC, Johnny Rivers. Okay, you guys know what? Here's my thing. DRS. Somebody in the UK hit the DRS button on their cyber program and they're going gangbusters. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Honestly, I don't know. Like, listen, if you're in the UK, this is related to you, and that's fine. Here's what I will tell you on this one. I got to tell you, like, low key, I'm hopeful for the cyber program. Listen, when it comes to big government, macro level things, I don't know why they had to wait on this one unless they're super serious about it working. And let me break that down really quickly, and then we got to go because I'm behind on schedule. In the United States, the president of the United States will issue an executive order, regardless if there's like political interest or not, whether it's good timing or bad. It's just executive order comes out. And I'm not even dogging on Trump right now, okay? Like Joe Biden, for example, released a executive order. I forget what memo it was, but it was during his presidency, that basically said all government agencies, effective immediately, have 90 days to implement zero trust architecture and like 30 days to implement MFA on all federal systems. And you and I know that is like unachievable. Okay. I won't even use a silly word like poppycock. Okay. Like, it is absurd to think that you can roll out, my guy, you can't roll out MFA at like a 10,000 person company in 30 days. You could turn it on, but you're going to have some big challenges. Okay. So to roll it out to the United States federal government, hundreds of thousands of employees, dozens and dozens of agencies, is stupid. Like, it's not realistic. Okay. But hey, executive order, stamp it, go on to the next photo op, board Marine One and fly off, whatever. So I'm thinking, if the UK is like, we have to put the pause on putting that in this like plan, it gives me hope. It gives me hope that they're serious about it, because otherwise, why wouldn't they just friggin' hit the set? Like, just, in the words of Christina Paulika, why not just send it? Okay, right? You Gen Z folk. I know Christina's not Gen Z, but like, hold on. This is like, if the UK government was the United States, this is what they would do with this cyber plan. Woo! Send it. You just go. Okay. So anyways, I hope it gives me hope that they're serious about it. Way to go. The UK is getting targeted left, right, and center. This young faction, Scattered Spider Lapsus, Clop ransomware smacked around some British groups. Mark and Spencer and the other like retail sectors got hit last year. They've had some healthcare entities get hit. Like I said, Clop hit some like Daily Mail group or whatever. So the UK, small country, small island, but they've been getting punched in the mouth by cyber threat actors. So, it makes sense why they're doing this.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, Vanta. Your team just added its 67th AI tool, and unfortunately, also your 67th security blind spot. The good news, Vanta Agent works like a GRC engineer in the background, finding every app your team uses, scoring the risk, and drafting fixes for you. Vanta is the platform used by over 16,000 fast-moving companies like Ramp, Cursor, and Harvey, who are shaping the future with AI and staying ahead of AI risks. Get started today at vanta.com/headlines. That is VANTA.com/headlines. Spyware found on.
All right. Hey, we are at the mid-roll, everyone. Thank you so very much for being here. I hope you're enjoying the show. I know we started with some technical difficulties, but hey, that's what the show is. That's what we do. Guys, quick shout out again to the stream sponsors, ThreatLocker, Anti-Siphon, Flare. Love what they're doing. Appreciate them. Quick shout out to Stones Fan and Fish. Rob, I can't say Fish without thinking of you. It's like Wheel of Time. I say Fish, and then like a picture of Rob materializes in my brain, like Perrin, Matt, and Rand. Very deep cut there. Guys, every single day of the week has a special segment, and Mondays is Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week, where we recognize one of you. This is sponsored by ThreatLocker. Again, ThreatLocker just giving to the Simply Cyber community because they believe in what we do. They take a application and I by default approach to cyber. We take a community approach to just like leveling up and supporting everybody. I would love to introduce you to this week's Simply Cyber community member. He's been very active on the Discord server. He's in chat right now. I want you all to know this was a submission from another Simply Cyber community member who brought to my attention the wonderful contributions this individual has made to our community. So, ladies and gentlemen, your Simply Cyber community member of the week this week is Brown Coyote, aka Justin Brown. Justin, thank you so very much. Father, husband, mercurial elite comedian, human in the loop, my guy. Ladies and gentlemen, your Simply Cyber community member of the week. Thank you so very much for all you do, Brown Coyote. I see you on the Discord server going hard into the paint, engaging, helping people level up. All about good times, my guy. Hold on. Ric Flair. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so Brown Coyote, not to steal your thunder, but for the sake of time, I'm going to just move on. But you know, obviously keep the love coming in from Brown Coyote. Appreciate him. And also, Justin, if you can, just message me on Discord. I know you're very active. Excuse me, you're very active on Discord. So give me your, I'll just need to get your email address so I can send you that Amazon gift card, my guy. All righty. All right, let's go.
Were found on phone of European Parliament member involved in spyware probe. A phone belonging to Stelios Kologlou, a member of the European Parliament from 2015 to 2024, had apparently been targeted and infected with Pegasus spyware multiple times during his tenure on the parliamentary committee probing the technology's misuse. This according to a report released Friday by Citizen Lab. The infections occurred in October 2022 and again in March 2023, the researchers said. This was at the time that a committee named PEGA, P-E-G-A, which included Kologlou, was conducting sensitive work related to its planned recommendations for tackling rampant abuse of commercial spyware in Europe. Kologlou has said he believes the Greek government is responsible for the hacks. However, Citizen Lab says it has no indications that this is true. Another.
All right. Yeah, dude, spyware is its own special segment of super advanced, super sophisticated malware. In the world of national security, national power, the upper echelons of secrecy, power brokers, like whatever you want to call it, like that's where spyware operates. Like, dude, when we're talking about a cute story about somebody calling a third-party contractor and getting them to give their creds up and then logging in and stealing stuff, that's like commodity crime. Okay. And I know being a victim of any type of cybercrime sucks, But the reality is that's commodity crime. Not all crime is created equal. And when you're dealing with next level espionage and you're dealing with like millions or billions of dollars on the line, you know, basically the stars come out, the big guns come out, and Pegasus spyware is it's a rock. Like, listen, you're only going to see Pegasus spyware if it matters, right? And again, like, and I'll be self-deprecating. Like, no one is spending $500,000 to infect my phone with Pegasus spyware because I'm nobody, right? No one's gonna make a ton of money off of me, right? But when you are trying to find out if whatever, like, you know, the United States is going to sign a peace treaty with Iran or whatever, or, you know, like a huge contract is going to go to Amazon or Microsoft, or you're trying to do like, you're trying to acquire, like you're Richard Gere and Pretty Woman, and you're trying to acquire a multi-billion-dollar business. Wouldn't it be nice to know what these people are talking about? That's where the spyware comes in. And this particular dude, who worked for European Parliament, working on a very important piece of like legislation, I think, or agreement, specifically around the use of spyware type technology. Lo and behold, had it installed on his phone multiple times, which is kind of wild, kind of ridiculous. Now, they mentioned Greece in here. I've never heard of Greece being super into espionage and super into like hacking stuff like that. So, you know, put that on my bingo card for 2026. 8 years in prison over Greek spyware scandal. All right, well, there you go. So spyware in Greece is a thing. I'll begin to take note of that. Yeah. So NSO Group, they're doing the thing. If the only thing I could say right here is if you're a high power individual, congratulations, welcome to the party, pal. If you are supporting a high power individual like a VIP, you know, a US senator, a Fortune 50 CEO, then they are potentially in scope for an attack like this. Okay. Again, GRC people know what I'm going to say. It's likelihood and impact. The likelihood of someone installing spyware on my phone is pretty low. So I don't need to invest a lot in defensive controls to prevent that attack because the likelihood is super low. And just to put it plainly, dude, like a single install can be like $1 million. So anybody that spends $1 million to install this on a victim's phone, you have to imagine that they want to make more than $1 million from that infection, right? Unless you're like, you have an infinite cheat code money, right? Like you're Taylor Swift and you want to know if Travis Kelce's cheating on you. Well, then sure, she could fire off a few $1 million and install it on his phone. But like, I'm living in reality where most of us live, and like you're not gonna piss away $1 million on like, you know, trying to, you know, just see what's going on that device. So anyways, shout out to this guy, and you know, whatever, spyware defenses. Again, like this to me, this is in like, for me personally as a cyber pro, I do nothing different tomorrow because of this story, but I find it fascinating and I'm here for it.
Critical and exploited Oracle defect detected. According to the threat intelligence firm Defused, a cyber criminal group conducted the exploit on Saturday within the payments processing feature of Oracle e-business suite. The researchers said this could mark the early stages of a potentially broader campaign. Simo Kohonen, founder and CEO of Defused, said 6 instances of exploitation were spotted during a 2-hour window on its honeypots. The exploit acts on a CVE-numbered vulnerability that has a 9.8 severity rating. Oracle disclosed and patched it in late May and warned that exploitation complexity is low. Canadian.
All right. So Oracle e-business suite could have another problem. Dude, here's my thing. The Oracle e-business suite had a massive flaw like last spring, right? Like 6 months ago or less. There was a massive flaw. Clop ransomware gang, who again, I think Dan Reardon made a meme of the week where I'm wearing like a Clop ransomware hockey jersey. For my money, again, I'm never promoting, condoning, or supporting cyber criminals. But for my money, if I'm drafting a team right now, non-nation state threat actors, mind you, okay? Non-nation state threat actors, because they're in a different league. They're like Premier League. I'm talking just cyber criminal circuit. I'm drafting Clop ransomware, or at minimum, I'm buying the merch for Clop ransomware. I really their TTPs align with me, which is gross. I'm sorry. I know it makes no sense. They've been bamboozling Oracle EBS. So if there's another Oracle EBS problem in here, your team, your staff, unless you have had turnover, your staff should know exactly what, oh my God, your staff should know exactly where Oracle EBS is. Your staff should know exactly who the applications owners are. Your staff should know where all the dependencies are. Your staff should know exactly how to patch that. So then do me a favor. You got to patch it. By the way, quick shout out. It is a Monday, but Dan Reardon, the quickest meme in the circuit. Here it is. This is me. This was the meme of the week. Double extortion, 0-day exploit. If you are a fan of hockey, this jersey is like, that this jersey is perfect, right? Also, Dan made me the assistant captain. Thank you, Dan. Oh, it's so good. This jersey's not available, but it like low-key should be. Oh my God, so good. Yeah, so anyways, here's the TLDR. Oracle EBS has got a bug. You should have all the infrastructure and recent, like the scar, you still have the scars from the first go around. So get it sorted out, period, end of story.
Anonymous hacker jailed over Texas GOP cyber attack. Following up on a story we covered in April of 2025, Aubrey Cottle, a Canadian hacker associated with the hacktivist group Anonymous, has now been sentenced to 18 months in prison for his involvement in a cyber attack on the Texas Republican Party's website in September 2021. The 39-year-old from Oshawa, Ontario, near Toronto, pleaded guilty to defacing the website, exfiltrating data from a Texas GOP server, and publishing the data online. U.S. government.
Okay, hold on. That was a lot going on there. Canadian hacker jailed. Hold on. So this is like a story roundup. This is like 3 different stories in one. So this is not a Canadian hacker who used 7 days to jackpot an ATM. All right. So I guess I'll speed run this one. Here we go. Anonymous linked hacker Aubrey Cottle jailed. This person committed crime in 2021, so 5 years ago, everybody forgets. And he defaced a website. He's going to jail for 1.5 years. Meanwhile, threat actors are all over the place doing all sorts of criminal things. This is an ideologically motivated attack. When we're doing threat modeling in cybersecurity, thinking about who our threat actors are, what their motivations are, what kind of attacks they're likely to do, hacktivism, ideologically motivated, is certainly one that you should not sleep on. It's not the biggest one, but it is one to keep mind in. Push security was targeted. Ooh, push security is a good security product. I like it, but that's interesting. Yeah, this is just a roundup, guys. I guess here's what I'll tell you to do with this, okay? Since I'm not going to go through all these stories right now. I just dropped a link to this news story in chat. This roundup is essentially like 5 or 6 cybersecurity stories. What I would recommend, if you're looking for a new job or you're looking for a blog post for a social media piece of content, go through this this news article, right? There's like literally like 6 or 7, Jazak Hill. There's like 6 or 7 stories here. Find one that resonates with you. Find one that you're interested in, and then write a piece of content. Give your opinion on it. Give your thoughts on it. right? Or if you're interviewing, find one that somewhat relates to the job you're interviewing for or the industry of where you're interviewing for, and get familiar with how the attack happened, what the defensive capabilities should have been to stop it, and then be able to bring it up in a job interview. That never this animated me, dude. Someone needs to take AI away from Dan Reardon, because that is definitely my face superimposed on the 6'7" guy, and it haunts my dreams.
Entity pays $1 million in data theft extortion case. An intriguing story from the community-driven organization Ransomware ISAC details efforts by a U.S. government entity that paid a criminal gang named Kairos, that is Kairos, about $1 million to keep stolen files from being leaked. The report is based on a leaked negotiation chat and a blockchain trail that the payment left. Although Kairos does not name its victim, the clues, including file names, suggest Union County, Ohio, which suffered a ransomware attack in May of 2025. Neither the county nor Kairos has confirmed the connection. A link to a more detailed summary of this story is available in the show notes to this episode.
All right, so it's 9:02. I'm going to spend just a minute on this. Number one, Tyler Ramsby from HackSmarter and I have a venture called KairosSec, not to be confused with the threat actor. This is our pen testing company here, okay? Offering wonderful pen testing services. If you need a pen test done at your organization, Tyler Ramsby and I can help you out. We can talk to you. We can get you sorted out. So I just want to be crystal clear. This is different than this threat actor group. Tyler Ramsby's not moonlighting as a nation state or as a cyber criminal underground, as far as I know. And if he is, it would be ridiculous for him to name the threat actor group Kairos also. Secondly, I just want everyone to know, and for the record, today's July 6th. I have no knowledge or awareness of any cyber criminal activity Tyler Ramsby's doing. So Kairos doesn't name their victims. They're just about straight cash, homie. The fact that they suspect it was a municipality, Union County, Ohio, is weird because you don't typically see municipalities, number one, pay the ransom. Number two, have $1 million to pay the ransom. So I guess the value I would give here, though, is look at this graphic. I'm going to drop a link to this graphic in chat. This looks like a really good graphic. So what we're looking at is stages of a ransomware negotiation. So once you get infected with ransomware, there's going to be a note here that says pay this, but there's negotiation, right? You get to haggle with these people. This is like the All County State Fair, and you're at one of the flea market booths, or this is like Taunton, Mass's ye old flea market right there on the corner of 44 in Richmond, right? You get to negotiate, you get to haggle. You ever gone up? You guys ever gone to a yard sale and you're like, I don't know, Black Lotus, best I can do is $5. You know what I mean? So here's the stages of ransomware negotiation. You initially, and this is a great example because not only does it show you the stages of the ransomware, but it uses the Kairos attack as the workflow, 8-stage workflow. It goes from initial conversations to verifying that they do have your money to negotiating the money down. We'll give you $100,000. We'll give you whatever, but you have to prove it, whatever. Finally, you end on a number, pay the ransom, and then the threat actor, if they are worth their salt, will prove to you that they did delete your information. Period, full stop. Thank you for the infograph. Not sure I like the color scheme on it, but, it's difficult to impress me with an infograph. Maybe. All right, guys, here we go. That's going to do it for the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. I was your host, Dr. Gerald Auger. This was episode 1167. Please be sure to get your CPEs. You were here, you earned it. Claim them, and on the 1st of August, I will send it to you. I'll be at Black Hat DEF CON, hopefully with Mrs. Auger, here in August. Going to be doing a little bit of traveling in July. The Georgia thing is still on the table. That's been, that's been starts and stops, as it were. Don't go anywhere. Legit, don't go anywhere, because we got Cyber Career Hotline coming on. I'm going to give you 24 minutes of AMA. You got questions, we got answers. Don't be shy. Phone lines are open. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Let's go.
I'm Dr. Gerald Auger. This is the Cyber Career Hotline. If you're building a career in cybersecurity, this show is for you. Let's get into it.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Cyber Career Hotline. I am your host, Jerry Guy. Look a lot like Dr. Gerald Auger because Gerald forgot his glasses at home. Let's get the coffee going. You can see I went through, this is my in-laws' French press. Or it's my French press that I keep at my in-laws. All right, here's how it works. You put a question in chat with a Q. I put it on stage. I answer it. Here we go. Michael Fink with the first one out the gate. I don't even read these. Obviously, if you make me say something inappropriate, that'll probably be bad for you in the long run. Kairos got paid $1 million in Bitcoin. I assume that some authority is just watching that wallet and those transactions. How can they possibly get and use that money? So phenomenal question, Michael Fink. So you're 100% right. So threat actors, so crypto wallets are written to a blockchain. The blockchain is immutable, meaning you can't delete, edit, whatever, the entries on the blockchain. So that wallet can be watched, and really any wallet. So like the crimes from like 5 years ago, where like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, crypto wallets or Twitter accounts got hacked and people were sending money to crypto wallets. You can go back and see where that is. So Michael says, how do they get and use that money? So there's a couple things. Number one, there is like mixing services that will essentially take that money. The mixing service will take a piece of the cut, right, for the laundering of it. So let's say that you give them $1 million in crypto. You get back 900,000. Again, I'm just making these numbers up, but like essentially you get 900 grand back, and they will take it and they will break it out from like one wallet, and they'll send it to like 1,000 wallets, and from those 1,000 wallets to 1,000 wallets, and from those wallets to 500 wallets, and to those wallets to 5 wallets, and then maybe to 1 wallet, and they give you that new wallet. That's one way to do it. Again, because the blockchain is immutable, if you have the technology and the capability, you can follow all of those transactions and get right back to it. Number two, you can convert that money from Bitcoin to a more difficult to trace crypto like Monero. Go look at Monero and how Monero works. That's as close to private as you can get. Number three, and by the way, it gets hard when you have large sums of money. Number three, and North Korea does this one. Whenever you stand up by the way, like doing all this laundering and stuff, it's still a cryptocurrency. So you still can't buy a Lamborghini with it. You still can't buy whatever. So now you might do a couple things. You might trade someone like Michael Fink. I want to buy your, like say Michael Fink owns like a 1997 Chevy Colorado, well, they didn't have the Colorado then. Michael Fink drives a 2015 Chevy Tahoe, and it's pretty good. It's got 80,000 miles on it, but he took care of it, did the oil changes. He's got the maintenance record, 0 accidents according to Carfax, and he wants 30 grand for it. Okay, I might be like, Michael, I'll give you 100 grand in crypto for it, right? So I'll overpay in order for you to accept that that cryptocurrency. Again, like no one's buying a used car with crypto. I was just making a silly point to point out that sometimes you'll pay pennies on the dollar to get rid of that money. Now, the last thing I'll say is how North Korea does it, which is kind of interesting. If you're going to use a financial institution that will convert your crypto money into fiat or like real money that can do real things like the US dollar, the euro, the British pound, whatever you want. Those financial institutions have something called Know Your Customer, which requires them to verify who the client is before opening the account. And the whole reason to do this is to prevent criminal money laundering and criminal money exchanges and stuff like that. So what North Korea does is they use a blend of AI and everything to create an account on like Binance or Coinbase or whatever. They get the account and then they will try to move as much money out as possible. And like Coinbase, Binance or whatever, they'll typically catch it. Excuse me. They'll typically catch it between like $15,000 and $50,000 of money coming out. So North Korea gets some money out, but it's incredibly time consuming to create the account and do all those things, which is funny because if you have like $600 million, like North Korea sometimes is able to steal, you're like just dripping out the money little by little. Very time consuming, but it is what it is. Oh. I've only seen this done once, but it is a technique that's really, really well done. If you have the infrastructure in place, actually, I don't even know how you could do this. No, you can't. Never mind. I was going to say, like, during the Bangladesh bank heist, North Korea attackers were able to funnel the money into a casino, gamble in the casino for 12 hours, and then take their winnings out and get it converted into currency. But it was never in crypto in that story. Michael, let me know if that answers your question. Anybody else who has crypto knowledge, J Crypto, let us know in chat. Flipnode says I'm here. What's up, Flipnode? All right. Let me know though, guys, if that answer was satisfying. Luke Canfield mentions Tracers in the Dark, a phenomenal book by Andy Greenberg. Is French press really made from squash French people? No. All right, continuing to look through chat here. If you got questions, I got answers. To the best of my ability, I will help you. No Simply Cyber produced video today. I'm kind of falling down on that, but with all the travel and everything, it's been very difficult. I will say, here's a call. I have a call to arms for the community here. I put this on the Discord server, but really didn't get a lot of traction. I did a video series for GRC analysts. I did it for pen testers. I did it for SOC analysts. Essentially, I interview like a job interview. I asked 5 job interview questions of a junior, a mid, and a senior in a specific role. Like I said, GRC, pen testing, SOC. These videos have been wildly successful, wildly popular. Multiple people have told me the SOC analyst video helped them get a job. So Jessica Hyde has agreed to do one for digital forensics professionals. So if you're a digital forensics professional or you want to be one and you want to be interviewed by me and be part of a series of videos on Simply Cyber's YouTube channel, let me know. Again, I'm looking for someone who's not worked as a digital forensics person, but wants to. Somebody who's been a digital forensics person for like 3 to 5 years. Someone who's been a digital forensics person for over 10 years. And I want to interview you for a video series on Simply Cyber. So that's my public service announcement. Thank you very much. If you have questions, put them in chat. I am here for you. I have a meeting at 9:30 that I got to run to. So we are going to have a hard stop, matey. Is this it? Yeah. I like that one. Cyber Career Hotline in the corner. All right, Roswell, UK. All right, so Roswell, UK, more often than not, his questions are not questions, they're jokes, but we'll take it. You caught any World Cup games? If so, what's your favorite? If not, recommend Argentina versus Cabo Verde yesterday. Yeah, so I've watched many World Cup games this year. The Argentina Cape Verde game was excellent. Excellent drama. Dude, the Norway who the hell did Norway play yesterday? Brazil. The Norway-Brazil game was excellent. Dude, that guy, Holland, that Norway has, that dude breaks the mold, huh? We got US today. My man Nerman, 31 months. What's up, Nerman? Wow, love it. Yeah, so guys, hey, quick shout out if you are an American and you wanted to check something. United States plays Belgium today. England, Mexico, I didn't get to watch. Who just joined Mod Chat? James, you need something? Oh, why? Okay. All right. So 1 second. I'm just getting information here that affects my morning schedule. So yeah, if you got any World Cup stuff, drop it in here. I was gonna drop at 9:30 anyways, James. We should still take the meeting, but I got a ton of work to do. When you take a 3-day weekend, you are treated accordingly. All right, question pending from Tenio. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, hold on. I see Soap Flavor helping this person out. Where is Tenio? Oh, here we go. As a GRC analyst, what's your role in ensuring security around security? What's your role in ensuring security around security? What does that look like in practical enterprise environments? All right, so Tenio, if I understand you correctly, you're saying what's your role in ensuring security around security technologies, applications, the security team, etc. As a GRC analyst, we are, thank you, by the way, Jostix, 8 months squad member. Listen, guys, if you're going to be a GRC analyst, you're responsible for securing the enterprise, meaning managing risk, making sure resources get allocated appropriately, making sure that defensive controls are appropriate, tested, effective, constantly changing, the threat landscape is appropriate. So I want to put this correctly, like Tenio, the way that I am thinking of protecting the organization, it's like, okay, we need multi-factor authentication, okay? That is a way to reduce risk from unauthorized access. Now, how is that MFA stack implemented? Oh, we use Microsoft Authenticator because we're an Azure shop. Okay. That is a piece of security technology. I am going to treat it the same as a finance technology, the same as an R&D technology. It doesn't get special priority or it doesn't get special exemption because it's security. If anything, it gets a higher level of focus, not because I love security, but because a compromise of a tool that is designed to implement security could have larger ramifications. We got a first timer in chat, Jason Kenyon. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, so you should basically the TLDR here, 10, is that every piece of technology, every application, every piece of access to these technologies require your focus. It's part of your ecosystem that you're responsible for, but security gets a higher priority when you're doing like risk of likelihood and impact. The impact gets higher because security is more important. And I'll give you a perfect example, like VPNs, firewalls, internet-facing assets, those are going to get a much higher level of criticality because they're so vital to the protection of your overall organization. I hope that helps. Let me know. DCamic says, trying to get back on track, listening and practicing cyber. Thinking of starting by creating a virtual home lab from zero. Any suggestions? Yeah. I mean, personally, It depends on like what your budget and what your stack is, but you can buy what I would recommend is standing up Security Onion and then using like syslog or something to push logs to your Security Onion instance for a couple $100. Again, I don't know your budget, but for a couple $100 you can buy a NUC, which like looks like a little Amazon Prime or a little Amazon Firebox or an Apple TV. You can stand up a NUC. You can put Security Onion on it. You can span traffic to it. And then it's a home lab, but like it's actually your home environment. So you can test things. Also, I would recommend, if you want, you can use Red Canary's Atomic Red Team to test like attacks on your network, because like to put it plainly, like I have a honeypot on my home network and I have Security Onion on my home network, and I've my honeypot I've had for like 4 years. It's never had a false positive on it, or it's never had an alert on it, right? So is it working, or is it I've never been attacked, or is it misconfigured? So if you use something like Atomic Red Team, which is a free tool from Red Canary, or collection of tools, you can execute attacks in a very controlled way. Atomic Red Team allows you to roll back your attacks too, so you don't screw up your environment. So I would recommend that. If you have comments for Home Lab getting started, drop them in chat, please. Always. Yeah, Marcus Kyler says Brazil had nothing. I was kind of surprised. The announcers on TV said that Brazil was taking the approach of like letting Norway kind of overcommit, and then Brazil was just going to attack. Dude, I'll tell you what. When Brazil went down 2-0 and they started playing super aggressively, my butt was puckered. I don't know why Brazil didn't just play that way the whole match and just steamroll Norway. Norway was fine, but beyond Holland, like, I will tell you this, Norway's goalkeeper was insane. That guy put in some work yesterday, MVP. How do you celebrate the first, Berlinda? Went to my my Aunt Kathy's house. She has a pool. We did a big pool party. Got to visit with my cousins, my aunts and uncles. I do it every year. Love it. It's a good time. No fireworks, really. Fireworks have kind of gone the way of the dodo. We used to do it back in the day. True story, my Uncle Gregory lit a field on fire one year. I don't know if we did fireworks after that. James McQuiggan was embarrassed. While I disagree, it shouldn't have been a red card to begin with. It's embarrassing. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. They reversed a red card. One of our best players is going to get to play. There's like rumors that Donald Trump like called FIFA. There's rumors FIFA is corrupt. What's your role in ensuring security around AI? AI is what I meant. Sorry. Oh, what is your role in security? Oh, well, I gave what I think is a good answer for securing security. Securing AI, dude. I'll tell you what. So 2 things, 10, and for everybody in chat who's still with us. Number 1, we've got an AI gauntlet coming up for you on Simply Cyber Firesides. I don't talk about it often, but I do want to point out that on Thursdays at 4:30, I do long-form 1-hour interviews with industry professionals live with chat, and I bring them to you so you can ask questions and do things. Next week, or this week, we have Adrian Sabrera from, he's from a million things, but the title of this week's Simply Cyber Firesides is AI is not coming for your job. We're going to be talking about that. And then the week after, our very own community member, John V., who is an AI rock star, is going to be coming on, and we're going to talk about bleeding edge AI and how you can use it. So finally, security around AI. there's multiple dimensions, 10. There's securing your own organization's use of AI. There is protecting yourself from AI. There's protecting your organization from AI. There's using AI to improve your security capabilities, like reversing patches and looking for vulnerabilities in your own software stack and stuff like that. So this question of ensuring security around AI is, I mean, we could spend an entire summit literally on it. In fact, dare I say, Anti-Siphon is going to be doing an entire summit on it. I would recommend you look at this right here. This is really, so to your question around ensuring security around AI, it warrants a full day of conversations. Like a 2-minute answer for me is not going to be nearly enough. So anti-siphon training, that's why I'm going to this training. The AI anti-siphon training is to level up myself as well. Should my friend look for external opportunities or stick it out in the entry-level role of 5 years that they continue doing the same work in that role? Philip Martin Cyber. Dude, Philip, here's what I would say. If it were me, what I would do if I was your friend is I would be looking for external opportunities, but I would be absolutely working my ass off in that entry-level job, taking every opportunity to get access to training, get access to things that are outside the scope of the entry-level role. Like, oh, hey, let me help you with that. Oh, hey, I finished my work for the day. Let me help you with that. Oh, hey, I read about this thing. Can I do it here at the organization? Like, level up, level up, level up. It's always easier to find a job when you have a job. So building that personal brand, of course, I've been a bit advocate of that. So that's what I would do. I would start looking for external opportunities, but I would do it through networking and relationship building. We got a couple minutes left here. Kai Sai for 2 months, squad member. Thank you very much. Doing his Ricky Bobby impression. That's so funny. I love it. Marcus Kyler says he doesn't care. The red card should never have been given. I agree the red card shouldn't ever be given. I don't know. Here's the thing. A lot of people are arguing that Belgium had prepared their game plan for not having that guy on the pitch. I don't know, man. Like, he's good, but like, here's my thing. Like, maybe I don't understand soccer enough. I could see if you were planning for the Super Bowl and like Tom Brady in his prime is like banned from playing in the Super Bowl. So you build a strategy one way, and then he's allowed to play, or like Peyton Manning. So like, you know, it's someone you have to game plan for. The U.S. player that's in question here, he's great, but like, I don't know. I don't know if like Belgium, like all of their work was like for naught. I don't know. Again, maybe it's because I don't understand soccer well enough. Phil Stafford's been to so many summits. Phil Stafford's got the pictures from the mountaintop. He's been to so many summits. LOL. Ah, someone get James McQuiggan on the phone because that's hilarious. Ooh, looks like I'm up to chat here. Philip Martin says, thank you, Jerry. It is my absolute pleasure. I say it in chat, or I type it in comments on LinkedIn and stuff, but I'll tell you I'll tell you verbally right now. It is an absolute privilege to serve. It is an absolute privilege to serve this community. I don't know if you guys know, like I love helping people. I love cybersecurity. I love educating. I am living the dream. I work my butt off. Like, it's not like I'm up here like just like, I don't know, influencering or whatever the hell that is. Right? I'm not walking around with TikTok talking about, hey, everybody, this is my fit for the day. I'm just doing what I do. I got to get out of here, guys. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Holla. Thank you so very much, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. We're back at it. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Until next time, stay secure.